Okay, so this is module 6, and we're focusing on generics for this module. Um, Pretty much, a generics is pretty much like you're putting a label on side a storage box, and you're pretty much just being able to store the actual data, and the computer's helping you store it as well to make sure that everything remains organized within everything that you're providing it. So for my actual project, I based mine off of Spider-Man. So as you can see here, for my first class, I have labeled as Spider Person. So pretty much, um, I included the name as well because I know a lot of times Peter Parker is like the main person that is utilized for the actual movies, but there actually are multiple different sorts of Spider-Man. You have a cowboy version. You also have a short little pig version of Spider-Man as well. I forgot his actual name, but if you was to ever see the Spider-Man that came out a couple years ago with Doctor Strange and Peter Parker was actually going into different universes, you will actually see that there was a whole world of different ones. So yeah, there's a multitude of different Spider-Man within the actual comic books and the entire series or universe of Spider-Man. You also have the universe ID as well. So since there are many different versions, you also have different universes as well. And also with depending on the type of Spider-Man, you also have different suit tech that may be equipped for that certain person as well. So that's the reason why I chose those three attributes right here. I also have my constructor as well, as you can see right here, and my getters and setters. And then right here is my actual two-string method. So this is what will be displayed at the end once I actually run the terminal. And then moving on to my second class, I also have a universe as well. So depending on the different universes, there may be different types of art styles and the way that it may be displayed. One example would be how Miles Morales is more so 3D, but the actual Peter Parker series that is also known as more so like real life. So there's multiple different art styles that may be actually drawn or used within the universe. Also, a lot of times there are different canon events that happen. Obviously, a lot of the times Uncle Ben will die within the series that had not what's his name, one of the Amazing Spider-Man series. Gwen, who was the love interest of Spider-Man, actually ended up dying. But in the Tom Holland version, the newer movies, uh, Gwen, um, what a Gwen character that's usually used was played by Zendaya this time, and she didn't actually die, but she did lose her memory of Peter Parker. So a lot of times there are different canon events that may occur, um, and they also have a designation for the actual universe as well, so the actual name of the universe. And then once again, I did my constructors and getters as well for my different attributes. And this time I changed my two-string method, but it still has the same outline. So in terms of like setup and the things that's actually being included within it. And then next I have my actual villain. So also a lot of the times there are different villains within the Spider-Man universe as well. Uh, Most notably, you have you have Venom, you have Sandman, you have Doc Ock. Um, One of them was played by Jamie Foxx. I can't remember his name, but there's multiple different villains that oftentimes occur. You also have different fear levels, so that can be depending on the different things that the actual villain may be able to do. Some of them, like Doc Ock, is really not that scary. You just have a professor with 8 legs, pretty much. But somebody like Sandman can be more fearful because you can't really harm him since he's actual sand, and it's hard to actually destroy sand since it can do so many things and pretty much harm you in different ways. They also have different motives as well. A lot of the times, um, you have the Green Goblin um, having a different motive as to why he did everything that he ended up doing. You have your once again the Jamie Foxx one. He was able to control electricity, and the reason why he was mad was because I think Peter Parker didn't speak to him, or he acted like he didn't know who he was. So there's just different motives each time. Sandman also losing his daughter, so it's just different motives that each one can have. But once again, I pretty much kept the same actual like basis for it. This is my constructor. So pretty much this was just all pretty much the exact same as the rest of the classes in terms of the setup. And yeah, so that was just, and then once again I changed my two-string method right here, but it pretty much kept the same idea for the print. And then right here is the actual generics container right here in order to utilize the different things. So right now I have the ability to actually add items, remove items, get items, and create a certain size for it as well. And once you actually run a terminal, you'll be able to see the different ways that this was actually being used and being able to change and just be able to change the actual terminal and how it's being displayed. So as you can see, I also have a natural order set right here and being able to sort by the different fields without changing the actual class as well. And also my print methods for it as well. And then for this portion right here, this is going to be displayed on the far left at the very end, and it also contained many different contents that was displayed within the actual classes. Then as you can see right here for the generics demo app, so this is what's going to actually be displayed. So for mine, I personally used 3 different ones for each. So for, yeah, 3 different ones each. So for my spider person and my universe and my villain, I used Miles, Gwen, and Peter as well. Gwen Stacy isn't a usually known as an actual Spider-Man person, but just for the understanding of how it's being used and how this actually works, I just placed them there. I also created just different types of universe IDs as well. And then the different art styles that can be placed with it as well. So you have drawing, watercolor, comic, the different canon events, whether or not it really had one or not, and then a designation, so the actual place of the universe that is being displayed. And then once again, these are just different villains that's actually known within the actual universe. Well, the different villains that's known within Spider-Man. And then once again, right here, it's the different portions that I had. I have my add methods right here, my sizing to be able to change the different size, and also being able to retrieve and print the what actually was done as well. And then right here, this is going to actually be displayed once the actual terminal is ran as well. So one of the was will be displayed. And for my actual sort that I'm doing, I chose to sort it by the actual suit text. So in terms of right here, so right here it says Spider Persons dot sort. So it will go to this portion right here, the Spider Person right here, and then based off the actual suit text that I decided to use, it will label it based off of the actual whichever came first. So the Biosonic will be displayed first, then the V34, and then actual web shooters. And then the same for the rest of them. For the universe, it will be based off of the actual designation that was used. So going back to the actual universe and the designation, whichever number comes first within this will actually be displayed. Well, yeah, well, it goes by largest. So the this will be displayed first, then the 616, and then the 65 at the end. And then for the fear level, it's going to descend based off the actual integer value. So since Spot had the highest fear level, then Sandman, then Doc Ock, it'll go from 9, 8 to 7 in terms of actually displaying that portion. So just to see how it actually ends up running. Yeah. So as you can see right here, this is pretty much everything that was being displayed. So you have your actual sizing for it. So this is saying that there was three different placements for the Spider Persons, the universe, and the villains actual array. So these are pretty much just all the ones that was actually being displayed. And then it's actually displaying the Spider Person at 1. So the first one that was displayed is actually being displayed right here, and the whole setup that was made for it. And then once again, since Spider Person had these different ones, since it had Gwen Stacy and 65 and also Biosonic, is actually just going into the finding the array with displayed within Spider Person and then showing the entirety of it. You also have the unsorted version of everything that was displayed. So you have Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Peter B, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Peter B. You also have the drawing, watercolor, comic, and all that. So pretty much this is just saying listing it based off of how I actually entered it. And then once the actual sorted portion comes on right here, then that's when it's actually changing it. So as you can see, well, based off of what I previously spoke about in terms of the sorting of it, this is based off the actual suit text. So as you can see, it's basing it based off of whichever letter comes first for the suit text. So B and then V and then W. Same thing for the designation for the universe portion. Based off the actual designation, it's whichever number is actually coming first. So since it's not actually based off the larger, but based off of how I typed it, it's what it seemed like it's larger, but it's based off of what number actually comes first in the array of it. So all of them have Earth, but this one has the 116, 10, and 616, and the 65. And then for the fear level for the villain, it's basically just going based off of highest to lowest. So once again, Spot having a 9, Salmon having an 8, and then Doc having a 7. And then it's also have the remove portion as well to be actually change the villain size to 2. So then once you actually remove Sandman, then it's actually changing the array size to only 2 people, and then it's displaying it the new array size. And then once again, at the bottom here is the container contents, which was it in this one? Wasn't in this one. But this pretty much is container contents that was also being displayed. So just showing you everything that was, right here, everything that was within the actual container of it. So once again, you have a Spider Person, Gwen Stacy, Universe ID, and all that, which was also displayed here. So this whole session right here was actually being displayed right here, and it's also going repeated. So based off of what I've entered, it's going to keep showing that name and just giving a whole list of everything. And this was my project.